Good day.
Is it going?
Yeah, it's going, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Hi everyone. I'm Katie and this is Dylan as well, who's just enjoying being in the middle of the shot. I just wanted to thank you firstly for joining me on this 30-minute flow, which I've designed to wake up the body and inspire the mind. So we're going to go ahead and begin in our child's pose, or if that's not available to you, a comfortable seated position or lying down. We're going to close our eyes and start to deepen our breath. You can begin to notice how your body is feeling. Are there any areas of tightness? And if there are, imagine sending your breath on the inhale to those areas, and on the exhale, releasing any tension that's being held there. To release some tension being held in your temple, you can start to roll your head side to side. And just take a moment here to truly arrive on your mat, ready for your practice to begin. Inhale, we make our way to a tabletop position, ensuring our wrists are directly under our shoulders and knees directly under our hips. We can start to move through some simple cat and cow exercises. So on the inhale, we let our navel drop down towards the ground, lifting our head for cow pose. And exhale, we release the air from our lungs, lifting up our spine towards the sky for cat. And then repeat at your own pace, getting used to moving in time with your own breath. Slowly make your way back to your tabletop position, so a nice neutral spine. And then just start to move your body in any way that feels good. Maybe drawing some circles, feeling each and every vertebrae coming alive. From here, you come back to your tabletop position, walk your hands away and let your chest fall down towards the mat. You can either bring your chin into contact with the mat or your forehead, and you should feel a lovely release on your spine. Deep breaths here. From here, you're going to imagine you're climbing underneath a fence, lifting up your chest, coming into your cobra. Exhale, make your way back towards your puppy pose. We're going to repeat this, so on the next inhale, slowly start to climb underneath that fence, maybe coming into an upward dog with arms straight this time. Exhale, make your way back towards your puppy pose. We're going to do one more of these. So inhale, climb underneath that fence, making your way into either upward dog or cobra. We exhale, make our way to a downward dog this time, your first downward dog of the practice. So just keeping that focus on a nice straight spine, bend those knees and start to walk through those heels. Start to roll your head side to side, gently releasing the body and maybe finding some stillness in the dog. Inhale, look towards your hands, bend your knees generously and start to walk your feet in towards your hands, making your way into a nice forward fold position. From here, we slide our hands underneath our feet, palms facing up, so that our toes massage our wrist creases. We can inhale, straighten our spine, lift our chest, straightening arms for gorilla pose. And exhale, release your hands from underneath your feet. Let your chest come back down towards your thighs and interlace elbows for ragdoll. Slowly just start to roll side to side here, letting all the tension melt away from your body. Swap over elbows. We can nod our head yes. Shake our head no, letting any tension be released from our neck. Interlacing hands behind our spine and maybe straightening legs if that feels good. Letting gravity push our hands down towards the ground above our head. Opening shoulders, finding some space there. One more breath here. Make it the biggest breath you've taken all day. Inhale and exhale. Start to release your hands back down towards your forward fold. And on the inhale, we start to roll up to standing, one vertebra at a time, letting your head be the last thing to come up. Rolling out shoulders, forwards and backwards. Doing whatever feels good in your body right now, maybe walking at heels, shaking out legs. Ready to start moving. Coming to the top of our mat, Tadasana. Palms next to us facing forwards, all 10 toes facing forwards. Our gaze is out to the horizon. Inhale, hands come up into our high prayer. Exhale, slowly make your way back down to forward fold. Inhale, we lift our chest, straighten our spine for half lift. Exhale, down to forward fold. We plant our hands, taking our right leg back, followed by the left into our plank position. Exhale, we lower our knees, then our chest, keeping elbows close to the body. Forearms slide forward, lifting up chest. Exhale, make our way back through plank, straight into our downward dog. 3 nice long breaths here. Coming back to that breath in case you lost it. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Inhale, look towards our hands, bend our knees and slowly start to walk our feet towards them. Walking into our forward fold, make sure you release your head. Inhale, half lift, lifting the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise through the heels, coming into high prayer, and then hands down to heart center, Samastitihi. Inhale one more time, hands up to our high prayer. Exhale, slowly start to fold. Folding down to our forward fold. We inhale, half lift, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Taking our left foot back this time, followed by the right, finding our plank position. We exhale, lower down through either chaturanga or a knees, chest, chin, up into our upward dog. Exhale, over our toes to downward dog. 3 breaths here. Taking a moment to check in with your body. How is it feeling? Check in with your mind. How is it feeling? On the next inhale, look towards your hand, bend your knees, and this time crisscross your feet as you walk in, coming onto the outer edges of your feet. Should feel a nice stretch down the outside of your legs. Coming into your forward fold, we inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, hands come back into a high prayer. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastitihi. That's our 2 sun salutations done. So walk through your heels, reset the body, roll out the shoulders if needed. Come back to the top of your mat, find your Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale, we lift up the left knee up towards the sky. Exhale, let that left leg float back towards the back of your mat, finding a warrior 2 position with those toes. So a 90-degree angle with the back foot. Front foot is straight out towards the top of your mat. Inhale, we're going to straighten that front leg, arms above our head. Exhale, find a deeper warrior 2 this time. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed away from your ears. We inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, come into our reverse warrior. Keeping heart open, we inhale back to our warrior two. Stay here for an exhale. We inhale, reach forwards, bringing that right elbow onto the right knee. Left arm comes up and over for extended side angle. If you want to challenge, you can take the elbow off the knee, both arms straight above the head. Really using that core to hold you there. We exhale, elbow back onto the knee. Slowly start to straighten that front leg. Arm floats down towards the ground for our triangle, Trikonasana. Holding it here, we inhale, look down towards our front foot, bend our front knee, coming into our warrior two. We're going to turn both feet so they face the long side of our mat. Hands come to hips. We inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, start to fold forwards. Sending the crown of our head down towards the mat and using our hands to grab a hold of our feet or anything that's available. Staying here for a nice long deep breath. Before we inhale, bring our hands back towards our hips and make our way over to our warrior two position on the other side. So this time with your left leg in front, facing out towards the back of your mat. Arms out nice and long, gazing over your front fingertips. Inhale, straighten that front leg, arms above our heads. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper this time into your warrior two. We inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, reverse the warrior. Nice back bend here. We inhale, make our way back to warrior two. Exhale here. Inhale, reach forwards with the torso, sending your elbow onto the knee. And right arm above your head for extended side angle on this side. My camera decided to stop recording now, so if you'd like to find your triangle here on this side, before slowly making your way into a warrior one position with the feet, so your back foot comes into 45 degrees, we take a reverse prayer with our hands behind our spine and let our chest come down towards the front leg. Inhale, back up to standing. Rotate on the feet so we find warrior one on the other side. We come into a slight back bend and exhale, start to fold forwards, sending the nose down towards the right knee. Feeling a lovely stretch here. We inhale, let our hands come down towards the mat. Bring our left foot to meet the right into forward fold and release our neck. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And we inhale, root to rise through the heels, both hands coming into high prayer, and exhale, down to heart center. We inhale, hands again up towards our high prayer. Exhale, down through heart center towards our forward fold. Release our head. We inhale, half lift. Nice straight spine. Exhale, back to our forward fold. Planting our hands onto the mat, floating or walking our feet back into our plank. Moving through a chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale to upward dog or cobra. Exhale to your downward dog. Coming back to your breath here. Noticing how your body's feeling and your mind, just checking in with them. From here, we're going to inhale, lift the heels up towards the sky, hips come even higher, and exhale, release the heels, finding a little bit of extra space in your dog. Inhale, look towards your hands and either float or walk your feet up into a malasana squat position. So the soles of the feet are flat on the mat, toes are facing out either side. Your hands are in a prayer position with elbows pushing the knees out. Your spine is nice and straight and your sit bones are melting down towards the ground. You have the option here to either go into a crow pose if that's in your practice, Bakasana, and if you do this, you can float your feet up into the air and then float them back down into Chaturanga for a Vinyasa. Nicely, with control, we inhale up to our upward dog and exhale, let's all meet in downward dog. Resetting the breath here, resetting the mind and the body. We inhale, make our way to a reclined child's pose. So arms come behind you, palms facing up. Shoulders are relaxing down towards the ground, so gravity is pushing them down. This is a lovely restorative position. Take long, nice deep breaths here before inhaling, slowly coming up into a seated position on our heels. Both sit bones go over to one side, legs come out in front. Give them a good shake, roll out the shoulders. Ready to inhale both hands up into a high prayer, sitting up nice and tall out of the sit bones, lengthening before exhale, extending over the legs, reaching your hands towards your toes. Nice straight spine, gazes out to the horizon. Lovely. On the next inhale, we make our way back into a seated position. Arms out in front of us, shuffle your sit bones forwards up your mat. And on the next inhale, we sit up nice and tall. We exhale, slowly start to roll our spine one vertebrae at a time down towards the mat, using your core muscles to control your body weight. The slower the better. Letting your head be the last thing to touch the mat. We inhale, arms above our heads for a waking up stretch. Take both hands over to the left side of your mat, followed by walking your feet over for a banana stretch. We're feeling a lovely side stretch down the right side body here. With each exhale, maybe taking the stretch a little deeper. Before inhale, walk your hands and feet back to center. Stay there for an exhale. Before inhale, walking both hands and feet over to the right side of your mat this time. Banana stretch here. Lovely left side body stretch. Inhale back to center. Bring both knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around them for a hug and gently roll side to side. Giving your spine a lovely massage here. Placing the soles of your feet on the mat. You want to be able to just about brush your fingertips on your heels, ready for our bridge. Once you're happy with the position, we inhale, lift our hips up towards the sky. Not too far this time, but just so that we get our glutes working. We inhale, watch our bellies rise. Exhale, watch them fall. One more breath, inhale. And exhale, we lower our hips back down towards the mat. We let both knees fall over to the right side like windscreen wipers. Inhale back to center. Exhale, both knees over to the left side. Inhale, we come back to center. We measure the distance so that we can just about brush our heels on our fingertips, and we inhale, lift our hips as high as they can possibly go, maybe rolling onto the outer edges of our shoulders, interlacing fingers underneath our sit bones, pushing our hands down into the mat and away from us. The weight should be transitioned fully into your shoulders now, releasing any tension there. You're working your glutes. We exhale, slowly roll our spine one vertebrae at a time down towards the mat. And we inhale one knee at a time towards our chest, giving them a good squeeze, rolling side to side. We then start to roll forwards and backwards until we can catch ourselves in a seated boat position. So take as many rolls as you like before finding your Navasana boat pose. You've got a nice straight spine. You have options here either to keep your hands in contact behind your thighs or release them off the legs, crossing your legs and lifting up your sit bones, resetting the spine, ready to go straight back into one more boat pose, maybe challenging yourself to release your hands off your legs this time so that they're straight either side. Well done. Exhale. Coming back into your cross-legged position, lifting up the sit bones, resetting the spine. Hands out in front of you, taking an inhale before we exhale, lower our bodies down to the mat, one vertebrae at a time. We inhale one knee at a time in towards the chest, wrap your arms around them, gently roll side to side, rolling out any tension that might still be lurking there. Before placing your right ankle to rest on your left knee comes towards you. You interlace your fingers behind your left thigh and you pull that left leg a little bit closer to your chest, maybe extending the left leg if that feels good. And you're keeping the right knee out towards the side, so you're feeling a lovely hip flexor stretch in that right hip flexor. Keep breathing here, sending your breath to that hip flexor to find some space. We exhale, slowly bring that leg back down towards the mat. We're swapping over so our left ankle is resting on our right knee. Interlace fingers behind that right thigh. Extend the right leg if that feels good. And just breathe here. Lovely hip flexor opener here. Breathing into the stretch before we exhale, return that right foot back down to the mat. Both knees come into the chest for a hug. Maybe draw some circles with those kneecaps, really getting a nice massage into the hip flexors. Before extending both legs up towards the sky. You can stay here for an inversion, or you can come up into your shoulder stand if that's in your practice. Attempting to make a nice straight line from your heels all the way down to your shoulders. Remembering to breathe. Long deep breaths here. Taking one more breath before slowly letting those legs move down towards the ground above your head. And if you find your toes touch the floor, you can interlace your fingers, pushing them away from you for your plow pose. Keep breathing and maybe taking it further by relaxing the knees down either side of your head and then covering your ears with each palm for Death Yogi if that's in your practice. Otherwise, we're staying in a restorative inversion, coming back through your shoulder stand, using your core to control you down towards the mat. Hugging both knees in towards your chest, rolling side to side here. Roll yourself a couple times to come back into your seated position. Slide your feet through, coming into your plank position. and move through a vinyasa, or you can simply meet us in downward dog. Once you've found a downward dog, take a nice long deep breath here. Inhale, lift that right leg up into the sky for three-legged dog and slowly bring that right foot through and cross your left leg behind. So you've got your right knee on top, left knee below. Shuffle your sit bones so you find a comfortable position. Both feet are either side for cow face pose. You're lifting your left arm up and behind you, making the bind with your right arm. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, slowly start to fold forward. And you're going to feel a lovely stretch on your hip flexor here. Try to keep both sit bones firmly on the mat and bring your gaze slightly up to the horizon so that you're lengthening as you stretch. Inhale, come back up to seated. Exhale, release the bind and then swivel round to the left side and you'll cleverly end up with your left knee on top this time. Your right knee is on the bottom. Your right arm comes up and over to make the bind behind your back. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, slowly start to fold forwards. Lovely hip flexor stretch here. Taking one more breath. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale, come back up to seated. Exhale, release the bind, release your legs. Give your legs a really good shake. Well done. Finding stillness in your seated position and exhaling, rolling through your vertebrae down to your lying down position. Inhale the right knee in towards your chest, giving it a good squeeze. Holding it here for a couple breaths before guiding that right knee across your body with your left hand into a spinal twist. Arms come out either side of you to make a T position and you're gazing over to the right side. You're breathing deeply into your tummy to get the full benefits of the detoxing twist here. And there's an option to extend the right leg over to the left side. Inhale, come back with the right knee bent in. Swap it over with the left and exhale. Another inhale here. Before guiding that left leg across your body with the right arm. Arms coming into the T position and you're gazing over the left shoulder. Option to extend the left leg. Remembering to breathe deeply into the twist. Inhale, make your way back to center. Hugging both knees in towards your chest. Rolling gently side to side. And if you want to, you can find your happy baby. This is really nice for relaxing the front of your hips. Rocking side to side before returning back with your knees hugged closely into your chest. Lifting your head and making yourself into a tiniest ball possible. Imagine tensing every muscle in your body. Staying here for a deep inhale before gently exhaling. You're releasing every muscle in your body into your savasana. You can take your legs out wide, either side of the mat. Arms are beside you, palms facing up. Your eyes are closed, and you're letting your whole body be heavy, melting down into the mat. Start to notice how your body's feeling after that practice. You can scan your body beginning with your toes, moving up towards your ankles, your calves and your shins, your knees, thighs, hips, glutes, abdominals, chest, along your collarbones, shoulders, down your arms towards your elbows, hands, wrists and fingertips. Noticing where your body makes contact with the ground and letting it melt through those points of contact. If you have any thoughts coming into your mind, try not to delve too deeply into them. Simply let them blow away with the wind. Slowly start to bring the awareness back into your body, deepening your breath and maybe wiggling those fingers and toes. Make your way over to one side of your body into a fetal position. Eyes closed and knees are bent. And you're taking your time here before slowly making your way up into your chosen seated position. Let's inhale one more time all together. Hands come into high prayer and exhale down through heart center, stopping at the mind, peace in your mind, stopping at your lips, peace in your words, and finally at your heart, peace in your heart. Rubbing palms together, creating some warmth and heat between them. Once they're really nice and warm, you're covering each eye with your warm palm, inhaling that energy and exhaling through the mouth. Once more time, inhale and exhale. Thank you all so much for practicing with me. Namaste.